Oh, this magical plate of amazing smelling orbs. Blenheim apricots, perfumey, floral. They smell like delicious stone fruit. They just smell sweet, and I can't wait to dive in. Hey, I'm Dr. Hobie, your guide to some of the greatest things life has to offer. These are apricots, and in particular, they're Blenheim apricots. But let's start with some history of apricots. Apricots were cultivated thousands of years ago in China, and then eventually made their way to Persia and the Mediterranean, and eventually the New World. They love a hot summer and a really nice cold winter. That's how they thrive. This varietal is the Blenheim varietal, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, I have to try one. Oh, the skin is so thin. It pulls apart so beautifully. Take a look at that. The seed is tiny and it just pops out easily. Oh, let's smell this. So floral. It smells almost like candy. A little bit of melon, nice stone fruit essence, could be a little bit like a plum or a peach, but it has that iconic apricot smell. It's very nectary and full of sweetness. Let's taste. That is an exquisite little apricot. It is sweet, has a candy-like flavor, very floral, very perfumey, almost like if you go outside on a hot night and you smell jasmine blooming. That's where these get that smell, or that is one of the amazing aromas that these have in them. And then they're just beautiful stone fruit. Eating that piece of fruit was like drinking amazing fruit nectar. Just incredible. Health benefits of these guys: they're full of vitamin A and vitamin C. They also have antioxidants, a ton of lutein in them, which means they're really good for your eyes. Hey, maybe I should eat more apricots. They also are loaded with dietary fiber, so they keep your digestive system moving smoothly, and they're full of water too, nice high water content. Let me tell you about the Blenheim apricot, which is what we're tasting here. Some people say Blenheim, some people say Blenheim. It was cultivated in the Luxembourg Gardens of Paris in 1815, and then very shortly after that brought to England, where they were cultivated in the Blenheim Castle in Great Britain, hence the way they got their name. They then came to California, and by the early 20th century, they were a very prominent apricot, mostly in the Santa Clara Valley because Spanish missionaries brought them over. But because they're so delicate and so thin and so delectable and easily bruised, they are a delicacy. I found these at one of my favorite